And welcome to Mark H. Manning Stadium here at Olympus High School, where it is senior night for the Olympus Titans. Tonight, they play host to the Riverton Silverwolves. Riverton 0-9, hasn't won a game in the last 2 years. Meanwhile, Olympus ranked 12th in the state and coming in at 8-1. This shouldn't be a close game, but who knows? It could be.
That's right. Anything could happen.
All right, I'm Nathan Thatcher. Here with me is Harry Reed, and we've got you covered for today's game. We're just outside 12 minutes to kick off, and we'll catch you when the game starts.
Should I turn us down?
Marcus Perkins, number 22, his parents Carolyn and Dave Perkins. Number 23, Suuta Sakeni and his parents Carolyn and Hepasipa Sakeni. Number 27, Coleman Robbins, parents Brooke and Daniel Robbins. Number 31, Charlie Walker, parents Chrissy and Tom Walker. Number 32, Romney Peterson, and his parents Libby and Justin Peterson. Number 34, Chase Thatcher, his parents Carolyn and Tyler Thatcher. Number 37, Will Thompson, accompanied by his father Scott Thompson. Number 50, Api Tuia, his parents Tua and Api Senior Tuia. Not attending this evening, number 51, Nathaniel Ete and his parents Ember and Ty Ete were out of town. Number 54, Christian Oakfar and his parents Lisa and Chris Oakfar. Number 55, Evan Mackelson and his parents Jessica and Benjamin Mackelson. Number 56, Kate Roberts, his parents Marin and Tim Roberts. Number 58, Jake Furman, his parents Marianne and Ryan Furman. Number 59, Justin Kenny, accompanied by Lindsay and Dan Kelbear. Number 77, Zachary Richmond, accompanied by Rivka Richmond and Mike Richmond. Number 81, Nate Owen, the parents Allison and Steve Owen. Number 88, Tanner Watts, accompanied by his parents Jenny and Ryan Watts. Number 89, Alex Perry, and his parents Christy and Chad Perry. Also tonight honoring manager Zoe Thomas, accompanied by parents Scott and Madine Thomas. Once again, good evening and welcome to Manning Stadium for this evening's inter-regional football game between the Olympus Titans and the Riverton Silver Wolves. This is the very first varsity football game ever between Olympus and Riverton High Schools. So on behalf of the Olympus community, a warm, tight welcome to Riverton athletes and fans attending tonight's conference. Riverton and Olympus are members of the Utah High School Activities Association and support the new statewide sportsmanship program, Raise the Bar. Please help set an example of good sportsmanship and show respect for the game and all the participants by refraining from negative cheers, chants, or behavior. Restroom facilities are located in the northwest corner of the stadium. Snack bar located in the southwest corner. And now, to honor America and particularly to acknowledge the service of members of the United States Armed Forces who are stationed overseas, please stand and direct your attention to the American flag.
All right, and that brings us back. We're just outside 3 minutes till showtime here at Mark H. Manning Stadium, where Olympus again hosts Riverton.
And remember, Nate, this is the first varsity football game between Olympus and Riverton.
Sorry about that interruption. The Pledge of Allegiance and the Star Spangled Banner just went on. So we're back, minute and a half outside kickoff, and again, senior night. And as we were saying, Harry, this is the first varsity game between these two schools. What do you think about that?
You know, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, Riverton hasn't won a game in 2 years, so, I mean, I don't see much of a chance, but you never know with these games. I mean, there's always surprises.
Yeah, and also on the Olympus squad, there's 2 college commits going to BYU. So we have a lot of talent on this team. How do you think we can get it done tonight with this talented team of ours?
You know, I think it's going to be swift and fast. I mean, I think we're going to get in there and take care of business as usual. But, again, you never know.
Exactly right, Harry. And Riverton now walking onto the field on the right side. And let's hope that Olympus can pull out with the win tonight.
And we are waiting Olympus on to the field right now. We have about 45 seconds till kickoff.
All right, and so Olympus has already made it to the state playoffs, but this could be a key matchup for placement in the playoffs. If they get the win, they could get a spot higher and maybe some more of some home field advantage in the state playoffs today.
And the 2 teams send their representatives for the coin toss.
There are currently 22 other 5A and 4A high schools in the Salt
All right, so Olympus has had a pretty good defense this whole year. You know, like I said before, they've had 2 BYU commits. Sawyer Pierce, who's also the starting quarterback, has also played some safety back of the defense. But the offense is the thing that some people question at some times, whether the quarterback play can improve. But, you know, as they've shown, when you play good defense, defense wins games. And let's hope that Olympus can come out with the win again.
Yeah, like you're saying about the offense. I mean, I feel like the quarterback could definitely throw better passes and maybe target the people he's throwing to a little bit better. But defense is definitely a key to winning games. So it'll be interesting.
And, of course, as it is senior night, all the seniors are also representatives for the coin toss, but staying a little bit in the back. And it looks like it'll just be the juniors and a couple sophomores running out for the team from their usual running spot.
Never played Olympus in football and only once in men's basketball back in 1968.
All right, and Olympus has won the coin toss. And they have decided to defer. Riverton will receive the kickoff first.
Olympus won the toss and elected to receive.
Update. Olympus elected to receive, which is actually unusual. And here comes Olympus coming out of the left side to meet their seniors on senior night. Crowd's getting into it. Not as big of a crowd as people would have expected, of course, as it is UEA. People are leaving, going on vacation. But it's senior night, so there's definitely going to be a crowd here tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the student section is not here full game, but you've got to understand with the vacations that people are going on. But there will be a strong presence from the parent section, I feel.
All right, and the team is riled up. They're ready to go. Meanwhile, on the other side, Riverton's got a little chant going on here. They're ready to go as well, hoping to get their first win in 2 years. But that's going to be really tough coming into the number 12 team in the state tonight.
Man, Nate, 2 years. How do they do that?
As you can see, they've kind of lost some support over there. No student section from this point of the booth up here. So, you know, if they could get a win here today, maybe student section come back at all, maybe a couple students.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right, Sam Sherwood and Tyler Smith are in the backfield, ready to receive the kickoff.
Team to receive for number 3, Sam Sherwood, number 13, Tyler Smith.
All right, Olympus in the green and gray uniforms. Meanwhile, Riverton in black with silver chrome decals, white jerseys, and black pants.
Number 47, Stockton Long.
This is interleague play. Olympus undefeated. Meanwhile, again, Riverton has lost every single game. All right, and here we go. Here's the kickoff from Riverton, and we are underway here at Manning Stadium. And it's going to be a low kick. He'll take it at the 10. That's Sherwood, and he'll bounce it out to the outside to the 20, to the 24. Yard line is about all he'll get there, and that's where the Olympus offense will begin their first drive of the game.
Nate, is it just me or does Sam Sherwood seem to have a broken wrist?
Wow. If it's senior night, you can go through anything, any injury. You just want to play. It's your final home game of the regular season, and you just want to put your heart on the field. So I wouldn't blame him for playing with a injured wrist. But let's see what happens here on the first drive. All right, and here we go. Pierce is in single back formation. He'll motion Smith to his left. Pierce calling out the shots on the defense. He'll take the snap, and he'll hand it off to Bywater. Bywater straight up the middle, and he'll gain about 8 yards. And that'll go to about the 34-yard line. It'll be about 2nd and 1 for the Olympus team. Now, Harry, give me some keys to the game. What do you think would be important for Olympus to win the game tonight?
You know, I think as long as we keep our defense on key, I think we'll have a good chance. I mean, Riverton hasn't won a game in 2 years. I mean, they must be doing something wrong, and as long as we do everything right, I don't think we'll have a problem.
All right, and Bywater takes the handoff again. He'll gain about 4 yards on the play, and that will bring up an Olympus first down to about the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Olympus Titans. Now some key players have been out for most of the season. Brock Davis was a sophomore last year here, but he brought so much to the game as a running back and as an athlete. Kyle Schmears is another one. So let's see what they can do with some of those injuries. Pierce again in single back, and he'll toss it to Ben Bywater, who will toss it back to Tyler Smith. Breaks a tackle. He's going deep. It's a man wide open. It's Chase Thatcher down to the 26-yard line. And a trick play works out for the Olympus Titans. Wow.
See, Nate, this is the type of plays that are going to win the game for us. I mean, that was just insane.
Yes, the offense has to catch the defense off balance. The offense has had some struggles in the past, especially with quarterback play. But with that trick play to get things going off, this looks like it could be a good game for Olympus.
I completely agree. I mean, their defense is not looking very strong.
All right, now it's 1st and 10 from the Riverton 27-yard line. Single back formation for Pierce. Pierce will give it to Bywater straight up the middle, and he'll gain about 5-6 yards on the play, and that'll make it about 2nd and 5 from the 22-yard line.
Man, Ben Bywater's looking strong today.
As he always is. Of course, he's the BYU commit, so he's got to play strong for his future school, make him look good, maybe get some starting time over there next year.
Very promising athlete.
Yes. All right, Tyler Smith is the only wide receiver off to the left of Pierce. Pierce will hand it off to Bywater, who will cut it back and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be about 3rd down and 5.
Ben Bywater carrying for Olympus.
Now it's a chilly one tonight, so the quarterback could have some trouble throwing the ball. Of course, the pressure changes according to the weather. It's a chilly night here, of course. It's in October in Utah. I mean, we were expecting this, but that's where you have to expect a strong running game. But who knows? We could throw some passes in here.
Yeah, I mean, the weather always affects any sport, but I think them showing how they can pull through will definitely be impressive.
All right, and Pierce will go for his first throw to Ben Bywater, who catches it impressively, but it looks like he'll be just short of the 1st down mark, and looks like it'll be about 4th and 1. Doesn't look like the offense will be coming off the field. They're going to try and go for this. As, of course, they have Tony Folger, who is the kicker, junior. He's impressive. He's done things all year, but, if you're going against Riverton, it's 4th and 2. I mean, you got to go for this. It shouldn't be that hard, but let's see what happens here.
Yeah, Tony Folger is a very promising soccer player.
Yes, he does play soccer. You're right, and I guess that's what gives him the that kicking strength. All right, and Pierce will take it. He'll hand it off to Ben Water to the outside.
Oh,
And he'll still be going down to the 9-yard line. And that looks like it'll be first and goal for the Titans. Bywater, wow. He's been impressive so far in this running game. All right, and Tyler Smith will be coming off the field.
you know, Nate, I think that if we play this play right, I think that this might get us a touchdown. What are your thoughts?
Yes, you know, who knows? It's 10 yards, but the defense is heavily stacked in those 10 yards that they have to get into. And speaking of that, Bywater will go straight up the gut, be brought down a little bit hard, and they'll mark him at about the 6-yard line for a gain of 4, second and goal from the 6. Wow, and this student section is filling up quick. I don't know, but when this started, it looked like UEA was in full force. But now, looks like everyone's trying to show up for that senior night.
Yeah, I mean, got to show up for the seniors. Got to give the support.
All right, now Pierce, single back. He'll hand it off to Bywater again, straight at the middle.
Touchdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Olympus Titans. And that'll put them up by 6. It looked like it was all Bywater on that drive.
Man, Ben Bywater, man. BYU really, they really snagged him. And they're a very promising athlete.
All right, that'll put Olympus up 6-0 with 7:25 left in the first quarter. Folger here to pick up the PAT. As we said of the weather, it's going to be a strong running game. And right there, they just went straight up the gut. They got the touchdown. All right, a late sub for Olympus, so they can have 11 guys on the field. And here we go. Snap from Vance. Smith holds it down. Folger, it's up and good. Olympus will be up by a touchdown, 7-0 against Riverton. 7:25 left in the first quarter.
You know, Nate, I really think that we're seeing slowly but surely why Riverton has not won a game. I mean, their defense is not looking strong at all. We haven't seen the offense yet, but, you know.
And, of course, we haven't seen the Olympus defense yet. That's the strong point of this team. And it all depends on what they can do. You can have a high-scoring game and you can lose, but when you make them not score as many points, that's when you can secure a win for your team. All right, and Folger will kick off from the 40-yard line of Olympus. And let's see how this one goes down. All right, the kick is high, and it's low, and that'll be a touchback. That was a bullet straight to their faces back in Riverton.
Yes, it was, Nate.
That looked like a squib kick from here, but that's going to be a touchback, and here comes the Olympus defense to come onto the field.
You know, I'm really interested to see how the Olympus defense does in this game. I mean, they've been looking strong through every other game. We're undefeated. I really have high hopes for them.
All right, and Riverton's going to hurry up to go to the line. And Davidson will hand it off to the running back for a gain of about 1 yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Daniel Jacobson takes the handoff. Zach Richmond with the stop. Gain of 1.
And looks like Zach Richmond got the tackle on that last play. And Riverton goes again. It's another handoff to the outside. He'll bounce it back to the inside. And he'll gain about 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and what looks to be 6 yards. Now, this is a tough situation. You have 6 yards. It's a short. You want to go short pass. Long. You have a lot of options here. But the thing is, which one do you choose?
I guess we'll see, Nate.
Yes, we will, Harry. And here we go. And almost an offsides on the Olympus defense. And it's going to be a fake. Davidson's going to throw, and he's got a man that's caught. And what looks to be a first down for Riverton. Wow, what a catch. And what a throw by the Silver Wolves offense. Now, here's the thing. Riverton could show up tonight. So, you just have to prepare. You can't undermine a team. I mean, they haven't won a game in 2 years, but you can't count these guys out. I mean, they still want to go out. They want to compete.
Yeah, definitely not, Nate. I mean, you never know.
And Riverton will get a nice gain on the first down. They'll mark it out to about the 40-yard line. Davidson's making some smart decisions for Riverton right now. He's liking the run. He's liking the play-action pass. He's using every skill he has for this offense to make them get some yards. And he'll get the snap again, and it'll be a handoff straight up the middle, what looks to be a first down again. Wow, these guys are moving right down the field, just like Olympus did last time.
Yeah, Nate, I mean, set aside what their defense is like. I didn't expect this from their offense. They're looking decent.
They're looking more than decent. These guys are looking pretty good. Looks like the defense needs to step up right here and get some stops. All right, 5:55 left in the first quarter, and Davidson will get the snap. He'll hand it off to the outside to his running back, who's got some blockers, and he'll get it. Wow, he'll push the pile 3 yards past the first down mark, and he'll get down to the Olympus 44-yard line. These guys are moving like a freight train. Holy cow.
Man, yeah, you never know, man. Riverton could definitely have shown up this game and just, I don't know.
You see a problem with these teams that are at the top of the league. They undermine these low teams, and this is one of the worst teams. And it is intercepted by the defense of Olympus. They needed a stop, and they got one when it counted. That looks like it'll be Chase Thatcher. No, excuse me. That will be Christian Condon on the stop. Wow. And the defense needed that. They needed that stop. As we said, Riverton was moving right down the field. They were running the ball, and the running the ball seemed pretty good for that offense. They decided to pass, and Davidson was just off the mark. He had a man. Condon was right on him, and they got the pick. And now Olympus will have great starting field position at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Olympus puts the ball in play from the 44.
All right, single back formation again. We haven't seen Pierce in the shotgun yet tonight. And here we go. Pierce, it's going to be a fullback, and he's going to try and hand it off, and he'll barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
Everett Villa, the ball carrier.
That was Everett Villa with the carry, and that'll be about 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 for the Olympus Titans.
2nd down 9.
All right, and here we go again. Pierce calling out the shots for the defense, and here he goes with the offense. He'll hand it off. It's a fake to Ben Bywater. He's got a man, and it is caught. Ooh,
Wow.
bobbled and caught by Cam Latu, another BYU commit, and that looks just enough for the first down. Now, we talked about Ben Bywater being athletic, but Cam Latu is another one of those big guys.
Oh, yeah, Cam Latu, lots of potential.
He plays really good defense. He's gotten a lot of sacks this year, but he's also contributed to the offense as well.
Yeah, I think Cam's a pretty well-rounded player. He plays just about everything.
Yeah, he can. If you look at his size, he can play O-line. Right now he's playing some tight end out there. And let's see what happens. Here we go. Now some shotgun formation for Pierce. And he'll take the snap. He'll be looking, and he finds a man caught by Smith. And he'll go down to what looks to be the 37-yard line for about a 2nd and 3 for the Titans. Smith will come out. Pierce has just got the play. Going to go give it to the huddle. Now, this Riverton defense, their offense was moving down the field, so you know that they have potential to, make this game tight. But the defense just does not look good for the Silver Wolves right now. All right, and here we go. Pierce again in shotgun formation. We got some pressure from the Silver Wolves, and Pierce is going to throw a deep bomb, and it is just over the head of Sam Sherwood.
I really think Pierce is finding his targets this game, though. I mean, aside from that play, he's really been hitting his targets, and I think that's crucial for a quarterback.
Pierce wants to get this thing rolling, and he gets the play for the offense. Now, he wants to throw these deep balls, but as we've seen all year, he has trouble putting it right on the spot on those deep balls. He really excels on the short slants, the post and goes, but that time he just didn't have it in him. All right, and here we go. 3rd and 3. And Pierce will go single back. And he'll hand it off to Ben Bywater, who will sneak past the defensive line and get a first down for Olympus. The running game is working for both teams right now. As you saw, Riverton was moving down the field with the running game. They were doing well into that interception from Davidson. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Olympus Titans, and this is looking good for this offense tonight. All right, Pierce back in single back formation, which looks to be 95% of snaps he's getting tonight. And he'll hand it off to Ben Bywater, who goes straight up the middle and carries a couple tacklers with him down to the 26-yard line for a gain of about 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Titans. Now, a big thing for the offense is to control the clock. And Olympus has had possession for what looks to be about maybe 7 minutes. They've taken off the clock, and that's crucial.
That is crucial.
All right, and Pierce now back in single back formation. He'll take the snap, and he'll fake it to Bywater. He'll throw the short pass down, and Olympus will sneak its way down to the 8-yard line. Wow, what a play by Everett Villa. He, kind of salsa'd his way down to the 8-yard line. It looked like he was going out of bounds on the out route, and he just cut it right back in. Great athletic play by Villa.
Yeah, I like that. That was great.
Correction, an 11-yard gain.
Now, if you were Olympus, what kind of play would you be running right here for this next one?
I don't know. I feel like the coaches and Pierce know what they're doing, and I feel like they'll do it.
All right, and Pierce hands it off to Sherwood. He'll bounce it out to the outside, and he'll go down to the 10-yard line. Excuse me, Villa on that last play looked like he was out of bounds at the 15. Still a first down for Olympus, but now they're going to be inside the 10-yard line.
Gain of 3 yards.
All right, 2:05 and counting down till the end of the first quarter. And Olympus is looking pretty strong right here. Now at the 12-yard line. We've got a shift on the defensive line for the Silver Wolves. And Pierce will fake the fullback formation, hand it to Sam Sherwood, who will cut it back inside and go down to the 5-yard line for an Olympus first down.
Nate, do you think we could possibly see another touchdown here?
You obviously have enough time. You've got 1:46 left in the game, and this is looking really good for this offense. They've only got about 4 yards till they hit that end zone, and it is a very good chance these guys could make it in there.
We're just going to have to see.
All right, Sherwood is in the back. And Pierce will throw the out pass, and he'll get into the end zone. It is a touchdown. Villa finished off a good drive for him, and that will put Olympus up 13-0. Wow.
Man, Nate, the Silver Wolves are coming out here. This just goes to prove, you can't win a game without a good defense.
I guess for Riverton, it's all about the moral victories this year, not about the wins on the paper. As Olympus is up 13-0. Folger now is going to kick the PAT. And the snap from Vance, hold by Smith, kick is up and good for Folger. That puts Olympus up 14-0 with 1:24 left in the first quarter. And let's see what Olympus can do next on defense.
The Olympus scoring drive consisted of 10 plays, 56 yards, 4 minutes, 8 seconds of elapsed time.
And Olympus kicks it off, and Riverton will catch it at the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Bounces outside. He's got some blockers. 30, 35, and down to the 37-yard line. That was a great return by the Riverton special teams. They had blockers. He was going right up the middle, and that was perfect from the Silverwolves.
Yeah, Riverton's offense is looking very strong. It's just their defense.
Yeah, their offense was looking great last drive until the interception. The running game was working perfectly for them. And the Olympus defense, with already one turnover for them, comes in to start. Silverwolves, 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Whistle blows. Davidson with the snap. He'll hand it off, and it'll go straight up for a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 coming up. Tyler Smith is coming in, while all right, 49 seconds counting down to the end of the first quarter, while Riverton just makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 7 coming up for Riverton.
Yeah, Riverton's looking decently good.
If they don't get this 3rd down, that'll be crucial. Olympus up 14-0. They'll get the ball if they don't get this second quarter. And it'll be a fake up the middle, and it'll be a handoff to the outside, and he'll get dropped behind the line by a combination of Bywater and teammates. And 4th down coming up for the Silverwolves. And it looks like the offense isn't coming off of the field. They're going to try and go for this, but 5 seconds counting down till the end of the first quarter, and it looks like that will do it for the first 25% of the game. Olympus is up 14-0 on Riverton, and we'll be back when 4th down for the Silverwolves comes up.
Tyler Smith receiving the punt, gains about 5 yards on the return.
All right, and Olympus gains 5 yards on the return, and it looks like the Titan offense will start at about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Titans. The Olympus Titan defense has been really good so far. The offense, amazing, more than usual this year. And here they go. Pearson shotgun. Looks like he has Avia to his left. And Pierce will get the snap. And he's looking, and it'll be a catch down at the 26-yard line. Jake Gochner with the reception, another senior tonight.
Gain of 6 yards.
Now, Harry, do you think this game is important to Olympus at all? Does it have any relevance? What do you think? Is this game really important to the Titans at all tonight?
You know, Nate, I feel like Olympus is just doing this game just to get to the playoffs. I mean, it's not a necessity to win this game. It's not a rivalry game. It's just another game.
All right, and speaking of the other game, Pierce throws to Gochner again for a gain of 5 again, which will make an Olympus first down to the 31-yard line of the Titans. And of course, what will most likely be some backups will get some playing time tonight. Maybe we'll see backup quarterback Harrison Creer tonight, who's also got some minutes throughout the year. And it'll most likely be the starting quarterback for next year, so we can see a bit of the future in tonight's game playing.
Yeah, Harrison Creer's been showing some potential. He hasn't gotten as much playing time as Pierce, but definitely shows potential and will most likely, as you said, be the starting quarterback for next year.
And Olympus on that first down play barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was a handoff right up the middle, and the defensive line was all over that. Now the man you can definitely see on the Silver Wolves team is that defensive lineman coming in at 345 pounds, number 76, Nephi and Gilau.
You know, Nate, I would definitely not want him in my way.
And Pierce throws, and it's a catch for a gain of about 8 yards. And Christian Condon again puts some moves on the Riverton defense.
You know, Christian Condon's been definitely showing a lot of potential this game.
Yes, he's a junior, so we have a lot of returners next year, but there's also a lot from this Olympus team that's leaving. Some key and crucial parts, like we said, Ben Bywater, Cam Latu, Sawyer Pierce. These guys are leaving next year, and it's all up to these juniors to keep up this Olympus legacy that they've left this year with that 8-1 record so far. Pearson single back formation, and he'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Bywater, who'll bounce it out to the outside, spin move, and on third down, looks like they'll get the first down. First down again for Olympus. These guys cannot be stopped, and if I was the punter, I would take off my pads. It looks like he's getting no playing time tonight because these guys are moving right down the field. All right, Pierce now in shotgun again. Villa now shifting over to his right side. Pierce will get the snap, and it'll be a QB draw. He'll cut it out to the outside, and he'll be wrapped down after a gain of a couple inches. It'll be second and maybe 9.5 yards for the Olympus offense.
Second down, 9. Olympus 44.
Pierce in the shotgun, and he's looking long. He is firing long, and it is just over the head of Ben Bywater. That's another missed deep bomb by the quarterback. We saw the other one earlier in the second drive. He's just going right over their heads. He's got to go a little. He has the perfect air. He just has to have a little less strength in that arm right there.
Yeah, you know, Sawyer Pierce is always going for those long bombs, as you said, and sometimes it just doesn't work out for him.
It seems like that short game, though, is working for him tonight. He's got those passes working for him, and what's bringing up is a 3rd and 9 for the Olympus Titans. Pierce now in single back formation. Looks like Ben Bywater's right behind him. And here we go, 3rd and 9. And, of course, they're going to pass. Pierce, he's looking, firing, and just to the right of Jake Gochner, and that will bring up 4th down. It looks like I jinxed ourselves. I said the punter wouldn't be getting some playing time tonight, but the punter is coming out and to bring this Olympus Titans and maybe pin the Riverton Silverwolves back deep in their own territory.
Yeah, you know, Nate, I really think that if the Olympus offense is going to gain a lot of yardage, I think they're just going to need to run the ball. I don't think these long bombs are working for them.
All right, and here we go. The punt will go down to the 18-yard line. Riverton will return it. They're bouncing outside, and he'll get down to about the 29-yard line to start out this Riverton offense. They got a turnover their first time when they looked like they were moving down the field with that running game. The second time, they got completely stopped by the Titan defense. And let's see what their third drive will bring with about 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Of course, Olympus up 14-0, as we would expect. This would be an Olympus victory from what we saw. They were really heavy favorites coming into this game. But Riverton, this drive could be crucial to the game. They have to stay in this. And these guys are going to take it and bounce it out to the outside. Riverton's got some blockers, and he'll gain about 15 yards on the play. These guys are loving these tricky plays. They look like a Georgia Tech college football team right now where there's hardly any passing, but a lot of running, a lot of trick plays. They're faking it up the middle. They're bouncing it out to the outside. This offense is looking like what it did in the first drive, as now they start for another 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And it'll go up the middle, and that'll gain about a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up for Riverton. These guys are hustling. Olympus was slow. They're slowing down the clock, trying to eat up that time so that they can have as much possession as they want. Riverton, on the other hand, these guys are trying to move down the field quick, trying to keep in this game, as, of course, there's 18 seconds left. And we've got a flag on the play now. And what looks to be a false start on Riverton.
You know, Nate, I mean, we're only in the second quarter. This game isn't over yet. Riverton is definitely not a favorite in this game, but, I mean, anything could happen.
But that flag does not help the Silver Wolves. With that false start, they'll go back 5 yards, and that'll pin them back to their own 41-yard line. As you see, these guys, they haven't had that big of chunk plays, so let's see what happens. And it'll go straight up the middle. Wow, what a fast start. And speaking of chunk plays, that goes for 14 yards for that Riverton offense. These runs are killing the Olympus defense on this drive. And it doesn't seem like they're sticking with the outside, the inside. These guys are wanting to put these Titans on their heels. So let's see what happens. It's about 3rd and a yard. If this Olympus defense can come up with a stop right here, that would be crucial for this Titan team. And it'll be a pitch to the outside. There's a fumble, and it looks like Olympus has it. A scramble for the ball. Lots of Olympus players saying they have it. Riverton says they have it. And the final call. And it looks like Olympus has possession of the ball at the Riverton 48. Another turnover for this Riverton offense. Wow. And it looks like Watson Hogan came up with the grab, but it could have been Chase Thatcher. There was such a big scramble in there for the ball. But wow, what a great thing for this defense. We said they had to stop him. It was a 3rd and 1. Riverton, again, looked like on these drives that they have turnovers, looks like they're going to go down the field and score. But now the Olympus team starts at the Riverton 48. Great starting field position.
Is Nate Thatcher in here? We heard you on the radio.
Hey.
Yeah, you're doing really good.
Oh, thanks.
Can we stand here and watch right now?
Sure, if you want. I'm down. Just for a second. All right, and Pearson single back formation. They'll start the drive at the Riverton 48-yard line. And it looks like Ben Bywater's in the backfield. And, of course, he'll get the ball, but he'll barely make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Riverton 48-yard line. Harry, what can Olympus do to get this touchdown? You got about 6 minutes left in the half. What would this drive mean to this team?
You know, I think it would mean a lot. I mean, definitely Olympus wants this touchdown. I don't know if we need this touchdown, but I think it'll be good if we do get the touchdown.
As, of course, again, Riverton, not a very favorite team in this game. Of course, again, they haven't won a game in 2 years. I would not want to be on that team if that was me. But Olympus is coming in as a strong favorite, but let's hope they can get it done on this drive. They had great starting field position, but they're backed up right now. Pierce now with the pass. He's going long, and it is caught. What looks to be Cam Latu down to the 33-yard line, and there's a long bomb for you, Harry. You're saying Pierce couldn't get this done. He couldn't get those long passes in. We had 2 go over the head of his receivers, but now in that one, it goes straight to Latu, and they get the first down on that one.
Man, yeah, definitely. I mean, he hasn't been hitting him well this game, but he might be doing better. We'll
All
see.
right, and Olympus now with a 1st and 10 from the Riverton 33-yard line. And here we go. There is about 5 minutes left in the first half. And Pierce now in shotgun formation. Watson Hogan to his right. He'll motion Tyler Smith, and he'll keep it himself. Pierce will go straight up the middle, and he'll gain about 4 or 5 yards on the play for what will be coming up 2nd and 5.
Second down, 6 on Riverton 29.
Just out of the hands of Noel the senior. Wow, that could have looked like it could have been a serious touchdown for Olympus. That looked like it could have been a big play for those guys.
Nolan Guru, the intended receiver.
All right, 3rd and what looks to be 7 at the Riverton 30-yard line. Pearson single back formation, and they're going to have to pass on this one. He'll throw, and it looks like it is caught. Yes, it is, and Noel makes up for that deep bomb drop, and it looks like it'll be a first down for Olympus at the 20-yard line. And these guys are moving down the field again. Harry, these guys can't be stopped.
Yeah, you know, I mean, our offense is very good. Their defense is not very good. I mean,
yeah, what can you say for a team that hasn't won a game in 2 years? We weren't expecting anything more from these guys. If they get a stop at all, like that'll be very impressive for this team.
yeah, I mean, you know, we have plenty of time for another touchdown for Olympus. I think we might see another touchdown here.
All right, and Pierce hands it off, and they're bouncing out to the outside, and Olympus will make it down to the 12-yard line of Riverton. Tyler Smith with the carry on that one, and Olympus moving down the field. If they can score quickly, they can stall the time, they can have Riverton come out, get a 3-stop, get the ball back. This is all about time control from here on out. There's about 3:50 left in the first half, and time is now Olympus's enemy if they want to get another touchdown in this half. But, you know, they're in control right now.
Yeah, Olympus has a lot of control right now. I feel like Olympus is very good at controlling the time, like you were saying. But right now it's all about time control and, yeah.
All right, and now Pierce, single back formation, a big toss to Tyler Smith to the right side. Another fake pass going up into the end zone and way over the back of the north end zone. These guys are wanting trick plays, as it looks like. That looks like the same play they used earlier to throw it to Tyler Smith, but just didn't come out on top in that one. It looks like it'll be about 3rd and 3.5 yards for this Olympus team. Field goal wouldn't hurt them, but a touchdown would really help them keep solidifying this game in their favor. All right, now Pearson shotgun formation. Watson Hogan. We haven't seen him that much in the running back position, but he's back there with Pierce. Hogan now shifting to the left. Pierce has got 3 receivers to his right, and he'll throw deep into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown. Cam Latu. Again, it's these BYU commits that are getting these favorable, you know, statistics. Cam Latu with that touchdown grab, and these guys are making a strong case for a starting position at that school down there in Provo.
Oh, yeah, and what else would you expect? I mean, if they're going to BYU, they're definitely top-ranked athletes, and they have lots of potential.
All right, now Folger coming up to kick the PAT to put these guys up by 3 touchdowns. Folger, the kick is high, up, and good. And with 3:44 left in the second quarter, Olympus up 21-0. We'll be back when the kickoff happens for Olympus and Riverton.
Olympus scoring drive consisted of 8 plays from scrimmage, 47 yards, 2 minutes and 44 seconds of elapsed time.
All right, and Olympus kicks it off, and Folger will kick it in the end zone. Riverton
Into the end zone.
will take the touchback, and they'll start at their own 25-yard line. Olympus looking strong again, making their case. Ben Bywater, Cam Latu, getting touchdowns, of course. But a new name we haven't heard before, Everett Villa the Jr. Usually plays fullback, but he's getting a lot of touches tonight. All right, now Riverton in single back formation. They'll hand it straight up the gut. Oh, and there's a fumble on the play. And does Olympus have it?
Recovered by Olympus.
They do. Wow, another turnover. What did we expect from Riverton? These guys are honestly terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not doing very good. Do you think we could possibly see another touchdown for Olympus right here?
I think another touchdown is very possible. You have 3.5 minutes. You're on the opposite side of the field with an offense that hasn't been stopped yet tonight, except for one time. They've only punted one time, but the rest of the time, they've been in the end zone. They've got some points, and now they're making a strong case for themselves for that high school state football playoff.
Olympus ball, 1st and 10 on the Riverton 22-yard line.
All right, now Pearson shotgun formation. Watson Hogan again to his right, coming in at running back. Pierce will get the snap, and he's looking, firing long, and it is, almost a one-handed grab by Chase Thatcher, who is a defensive stud, but he's also gotten some offensive playing time this year. And again, that long bomb, inefficiency. Sawyer has tried to throw these deep bombs, but it just hasn't worked out for him tonight.
Yeah, we were at my house. Yeah. My mom's like, what is that?
All right, shotgun formation for Pierce, 2nd down. He's going to throw another pass again, and it is caught down to the 19-yard line. A late flag coming in, though, and it looks like it'll go against Riverton. Marcus Perkins there with the catch, another senior tonight. All right, the referees talking this one over, and yes, it looks like this one will be against Riverton, but they're still discussing it. And it looks like they'll accept the penalty, and it looks like it'll be a half a distance to the goal. Now Olympus with a 1st and goal at the Riverton 9. Wow. You can't hear what that call was on, but that really helps this Olympus offense that's already been kept rolling down this field.
First and goal.
All right, now Pearson single back formation. Pressure from Riverton. And wow, what a drop by Riverton. Ben Bywater couldn't even make it 5 yards back to the scrimmage line. Wow, Riverton read that perfectly. And that'll pin Olympus back another 5 yards. What looks to be about 2nd and goal from the 15-yard line. That one's got to be tough for this team with about 2:48 left in the first half. All right, and as Olympus breaks the huddle, it looks like they'll be in single back formation. Pierce talking to Hogan and Bywater in the backfield. And here we go on 2nd and goal from the 15. There was a subtle movement by the defensive line. The refs didn't seem to catch it, though. It'll be a fullback. Hogan pushing that line, trying to get back, and it looks like he'll get back to about the 10-yard line, just about a yard back from where they started this drive. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 10. Now, this is where it's tough. You have to get in the end zone. You're on the 10-yard line. Harry, what do you think they're going to call, a pass or run for this next play?
You know, knowing Sawyer, it'll probably be a pass, but I think that they should honestly run it. What do you think, Nate?
Wow, a run from the 10-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. This running game has worked for the Olympus Titans. But, as you know, in most of these situations, it's going to be a pass. But either way, this could work well for the Olympus Titans. Here we go, single back formation for Pierce. And he'll take the snap. It's, of course, a pass. And Pierce is going to run, scramble, back into the 5, and he'll be met at what looks to be the 4-yard line. So I guess we were both right on that one. It was originally a pass, but then it turned it into a run. But it doesn't make it into the end zone. Now, let's see if they're going to go for it or bring Folger out for the field goal, and it looks like they will. They're going to attempt the field goal, and this will be about a 25-yarder with a minute left in the game. This wouldn't hurt them. Being up 24-0 at the half, this would look very good for the Titans. Whitehead's wanting to let the clock roll so he can call a timeout. And with that, Whitehead will call a timeout. 38.6 seconds left in the first half, and we'll be back after this timeout. All right, and Olympus back on the field to attempt the field goal. Folger is looking pretty good this season, and this should be an easy chipper for him. And hold is good, and it's a fake. Wow, what's going to happen? They're going to run, and it's not going to work. Riverton stops it. And that doesn't hurt them, but that certainly does not help Olympus. As with 31 seconds left, they come up empty in the red zone. Riverton with a struggling offense, 2 turnovers. They haven't made it really far in this first half. Comes on the field with 31.5. Do you think they're going to try and score a field goal or a touchdown, or do you think they're just going to try and run out this clock and try and regroup in the locker room at halftime?
You know, I think that they're just going to try to run out the clock. I feel like that would be the smart thing to do, because then they just get time to talk about it. I mean, and we're up 21, so at this point, I don't even have words to explain this.
All right, Harry, and it looks like you were right, but there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it'll be offsides on the defense, yes, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Olympus. Now if you're Riverton, you have an extra 5 yards out. Does that change your mind at all about what you want to do? What do you think, Harry?
You know, I still think that they're just going to run the clock out. I mean, we only have 30 seconds left, but you never know.
And, wow, they're going to pass it. It's bouncing out to the outside, and he'll get a first down. What looks like to be down at the 14-yard line. 26.5 seconds left. These guys are going to try and hurry. It looks like they're trying to score before the first half ends, and the clock is rolling, so they're going to have to hurry up if they want to get anything on the board. Shotgun formation for Riverton. And here we go, Davidson. He's going to send it up the middle and shed some tackles down to the 21-yard line. And clock stops at 12, but now it keeps rolling. And it looks like that will do us for the first half. And Oh, wow.
Oh,
The
wow.
clock will stop at .4. You have literally one play left. Looks like they might go for the Hail Mary on this one. So it's all hope and prayer and miracle for this next play. Wow, Riverton was just saved by their tails on that .4 seconds. Wow, that's some serious reflexes to call that timeout. All right, Olympus, they're going to have to see if they're going to call a man 3 up deep for that defense, or they're going to try and go man on man. This one's going to be tough. Riverton has been dependent on the run game all night. They haven't thrown a deep pass at all. But if you call a timeout with .4 left and you're at your own, what looks to be about the 21-yard line, you got to go for the deep bomb if you want to score it all on this play.
And they have bumped the time up to 5 seconds from .4.
All right, so we've got a little extra room. You could have time for a quick out route, maybe get it out of bounds before the clock runs out. But again, I don't think 5 seconds will really change anything, as Riverton is trying to score with 5 seconds left. Maybe they changed their minds, we don't know. But Olympus is preparing for a deep bomb. Davidson is in single back formation, and here we go. And wow, they are going to do a deep bomb. It's the first one of the day, and it is caught.
Oh, it's good.
Down to the 50. He'll cut it back. 40, and he's still alive.
Oh, man.
He's still running around. Oh, but it looks like they'll mark him out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first half. Olympus 21, Riverton 0. We'll meet you back here for the second half of senior night action here at Mark H. Manning Stadium.
Out of bounds on the 49-yard line. That is Olympus 21, Riverton no score. Earlier this year, Olympus won the girls' state tennis championship. Now have another state championship in the Olympus Trophy case. Earlier this afternoon, the Olympus cross-country team won the 4A state championship. It's the first state championship in cross-country for Olympus since 1975. Olympus scored 67 points, 7 points ahead of the second place finishing Timpanogos High School. It was ranked 9th in the country going into this afternoon's meet. Finishing in top positions for Olympus, Nate Ostertalk, who finished 8th, Jimma Root, who finished 10th, Max Spence, who finished 12th, Ethan Honig, 17th, Zach DeGraw, 20th. All 5 of these Olympus runners qualify as all-state cross-country athletes. Also finishing in the championship run for Olympus, Tyler Woods and Roberto Hortz. The Olympus High School cross-country team, 2016 state champions. Now here are the winners of the football raffle. Winning a personalized nutrition meal program for 2 months from Max Muscle, a $300 value, is Crispy Briggs. Viva sleeping bag and backpack winner is Kent Wright. And winning a golf club set from TaylorMade, winner is Karen Wood. Karen wins an iron set. No woods for Karen Wood. Thank you to all of our sponsors and to all of those who support Olympus High Football. Halftime statistics. Rushing plays for Olympus 22 with 81 yards gained. Riverton has 15 rushing plays, 76 yards gained. Passing plays, Olympus has 13 completions on 19 attempts for 133 yards. Riverton, 2 completions on 3 attempts for 35 yards. Total yardage, Olympus 214 yards, Riverton 111 yards.
And we are back here at Mark H. Manning Stadium, where Olympus is versing Riverton. Right now, Olympus is 21 with Riverton at 0. And we have 2 minutes and 57 seconds left in halftime.
That's right. Olympus is destroying Riverton right now. As of course, like we've said many times, Riverton hasn't won a game in 2 years. Now today, it's the first time we've been commentating an OlyTV.com broadcast, and we've got a couple shout-outs to give. We've got some listeners out by Bingham High School to a future baller, Ryland Clayton out there. They're listening out by Bingham High School. And just had to give that shout out for the future baller of Utah. But back to this game, Olympus has been doing very well on offense. They've moved the ball down. They've been stopped only once to punt. On that last drive, though, they moved it down to the 3-yard line. They faked the field goal. It didn't work out. So they're only up by 3 touchdowns, which is very rare to say in a high school game. You're only up by 3 touchdowns, but I mean, when you're playing a team like Riverton, 3 touchdowns, I don't know, is that a small margin of victory, or is this looking very comfortable for Olympus right now?
You know, I think we're very comfortable right now. I mean, 3 touchdowns, that's a lot. I mean, I think it's safe to say that we have a very good chance of winning this game, but you never know.
All right, and we've also had some standout athletes, some players in the first half today. We've had Everett Villa, a standout, the fullback, number 41. He had the first touchdown, or the second touchdown of the first half. He's been showing up. We haven't heard his name a lot. And of course, the 2 other guys that have touchdowns are the names we've heard probably the most this season, Ben Bywater and Cam Latu. Who do you think has stood out for you in the first half?
You know, I really like how Cam Latu's looking. Cam Latu, very, very good athlete, signed with BYU. And I believe he's a junior. Is that right?
That is right. He's a junior. Ben Bywater, though, a senior. Waiting if he's going on a mission his first year or going to BYU his first year. Probably his mission, but still coming back after a 2-year mission. This guy looks like he's super athletic, like he won't lose that ability. He's looking really good so far. Also, Cam Latu as a junior, he, as we said before, he can play any position. We saw him play some defensive end, some tight end. This guy can play almost every position on the field, except for we haven't seen him play quarterback yet. We don't know if thankfully or regretfully.
I'm sure he's very capable.
Yes, that's probably right.
He seems to be very capable about just about every position. Very well-rounded player.
Yeah, and as the second half is ready to get going, what is something that Olympus needs to get done better this second half than they did in the first?
You know, we need to stop with those long bomb passes. I mean, I hate to say it, but those hurt us.
Yes, Pierce had a couple had some trouble throwing those deep bombs. They just went over the head of his receivers, never underthrown, which is a good thing because they're more likely to be intercepted. But you have to hit those balls on target. You get those opportunities very rare, and in that pass early when Bywater was open, he had a shot for a touchdown. He just overthrew him. We've seen a lot of trick plays, though, from Olympus, 2 in the first half, which is very rare for a football team. But so far, those 2 worked for them for the most part. And if you remember, Olympus received the first half kickoff, so this one they are kicking off to Riverton, to an offense who at times seemed like they could be in this game. But every time you think this offense is getting going, they just get stopped with another turnover. 3 in the first half, and you know, we say defense wins battles, but a major component of a football game is turnovers. And Olympus is +3 in this game tonight. And, of course, you know, it's Riverton, but, you know, Riverton has to step it up. They have to get going on offense. This is high school football. This isn't Pee Wee anymore. You have to get going. And on this first drive of the second half, this could be pivotal in the momentum going on. And Folger will kick it off. It's another low ball, and it'll get a bounce to about the 2-yard line. Riverton will take it out to the 20. He'll try and bounce it out. He'll shed some tacklers, and he'll carry the pile to the 26-yard line. And as this game got going, the weather just got colder. And as you can tell, football still has to be played, but it is a brisk Utah weather out there tonight.
Yeah, and of course, you know, all the fans are still out here supporting. but the weather is very cold.
Surprising, the student section is a lot bigger than we thought it would be tonight, especially with the UEA long weekend. But now with this weather, these guys are toughing out a storm. It was nothing, though, like the homecoming game. That was a rainy game.
That was a very rainy game.
Of course, only about 15 people stayed for that game, but wow, that was some tough weather. And speaking of tough, here comes Riverton with some blockers in. They've got room to run down to the 40, and he'll be tackled down at the 37-yard line. And we said this drive will carry the momentum for the rest of the half, and these guys look strong. Wow, what a run by Riverton on that play.
You see, what I don't understand about Riverton's offense is they look very strong at some points and very weak at others. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, when you see Riverton get going on those long runs, they just seem to get stopped by turnovers. And speaking of another long run, wow, they just keep carrying this Olympus defense again. And that looks like it'll be another first down for Riverton. They haven't had many chunk plays tonight, maybe 2 in the first half, and they just started out with 2 to start the second. And these guys are hurrying up on offense. Davidson, as the clock rolls at 11:30. And he'll hand it off to the outside, and the runner will bounce in and get down at about the 20-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards. We've got some substitutions in for Riverton. Now, this defense, like we said before the game, is the strong point of the Olympus Titan team. Like we said, you have Cam Latu, Ben Bywater, Sawyer Pierce, and as you know, Riverton has a blitz favored offense. These guys love to run the ball up the middle, get hurry, get going. They're fast, they're moving, and we rarely see a long bomb. The only deep pass we saw from these guys was on that Hail Mary try
With
for the
4
final play.
seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah.
So
And here we go, and it's another handoff. Bouncing out to the outside. Riverton will go down to the 5-yard line. Wow, these guys are moving. We
You
did
know-
not expect this.
I think Riverton could honestly get a touchdown right here. They're close.
Riverton, first and goal from the 5-yard line, and these guys look ready to go this second half. They started out at the 25-yard line. Right now, they have gone 70 yards in about 4 plays. And here we go. Davidson again. He'll hand it off to the outside. The runner's got some blockers, but it looks like he'll only gain about maybe 1.5 yards on that play. It'll bring second and goal from what looks to be the 3.5-yard line. Now, you probably wonder, if you know that Riverton is a blitz heavy offense, then you know what plays are going to be coming. It's most likely going to be a run every time. But that's what they're doing. They're doing trick plays with a run. They're keeping the Olympus defense on their heels. And here we go. And the run will go and into the end zone. Touchdown, Riverton. Wow. Didn't think I'd be saying those words tonight, but it happened, guys, and it happened quick. With 9:57 left in the third quarter, Riverton strikes quickly, and it looks like they'll be going for a 2-point conversion right here. All right, King at quarterback instead of Davidson. And here we go. They're ready to put 2 more points up on the board. And if this goes, this is a ball game again. 21-0. This looked like Olympus would have a heavy win. But Riverton is coming in, and it looks like they'll switch, and it will be a PAT for the Riverton team. And again, wow, look at that big guy. Nephi coming in at 345 pounds. I mean, that sounds like a WWE fighter right there. That dude is crazy big.
I would definitely not want him to be tackling me. That's all I can say.
Here's a question for you. Could Nephi beat John Cena? That's the real question.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Approachment violation.
All right, and after a approachment violation will look to be on Olympus, the PAT will be ready to kick for the Riverton kicker.
And we have not seen this Riverton kicker yet, so let's see how he does.
And the kick is up, and it is good.
Seems to be good.
Trent James with the
Connecting on the
PAT, and that makes it a 2-score game in favor of Oli. Now, we haven't seen the offense yet this half, so let's see if they can put another touchdown back on the board and keep this game rolling, but that defense certainly did not look well that last possession for Riverton. Again, thank you to all our listeners tonight. As you know, this is the first commentary game for OlyTV.com. Thank you for listening. Sorry we didn't have a more exciting game for you guys like Skyline or the homecoming game, but, you know, after that last Riverton touchdown, who knows? This could be exciting.
This could, Nate.
Riverton's ready to kick off. Olympus still planning their play over here. And Whitehead will send his receiving team out. Again, in the backfield now it looks like Nola Kiru and Tyler Smith are in the backfield ready to receive. But near them is Watson Hogan and Cam Latu right by them. So here we go. And the kick, and it looks like it's an onside, but it's deep, and it's out of bounds. And that will be a flag on Riverton. That kicker, that was not pretty good.
Yeah, that was not great.
That looked like I just botched it in a Madden game. But, you know, these guys, I mean, it's Riverton. You can't expect anything more from these guys. And so Olympus will start at the 35-yard line, and let's hope that they can get this offense rolling again, because, you know, we asked that question before this game started. Can they get the offense rolling? And they did. They got it done in the first half. But, you know, after your opponent scores, and that kind of opponent scores, how do you think this offense will handle it?
You know, I honestly can't say. This game has been full of surprises. I think that we're going to do what we've always done, and I think we're going to pull through and possibly get another touchdown this quarter.
All right, and here's a surprise. Harrison Creer is now the quarterback. And here we go, and he'll hand it off to the running back, juking inside and out. And Tommy Poulton there with the carry. As we said, with this Riverton team coming to Olympus, you're going to have to see some backups coming and getting some playing time. And right there, it looks like this is the backup team right here. Harrison Creer and Poulton coming in to lead the Olympus offense, which is surprising, saying that Riverton just got a touchdown to cut it to a 14-point lead.
You know, Nate, how do you think Harrison Creer is going to stack up next year?
As I've seen before, warming up on the sidelines on many games, Harrison has a bullet of an arm. He's a lefty, and he's a bigger quarterback, as you can see, but he can throw. And speaking of a run, Watson Hogan carries the Riverton defense down to the Silver Wolves' 41-yard line. Wow, what a play by Watson Hogan. These juniors are now taking over this offense, and it looks like they haven't skipped a beat. Going back to Harrison Creer, the bullet, as I'm saying, his arm is so quick and so strong. When you see him throwing on the sidelines, these guys can barely catch his balls. I mean, he throws darts. And when you talk about the inefficiency of the long ball, this guy could honestly make up for that next year.
Yeah, I honestly think that he's going to do great next year.
All right, and Harrison will fake. And here's his first pass of the night, and it will be caught. Wow, what a catch by what looks to be Marcus Perkins on the catch. And that'll be close to first down yardage. And wow, we were surprised. I mean, you're putting your backups in to start the second half, but these guys are looking just as good as the starting offense.
Yeah, I honestly think not throwing the long bombs is honestly helping out.
You're just right, Harry. You're just right. And Harrison is now in shotgun, trying to move his players into the right position so they can get this play going. Watson Hogan, as we've seen tonight many times, is in the running back position. They're in shotgun formation. He's got a three-trip receiver to his right, and Harrison will look. Still looking. He has all the time in the world. Bouncing out of the pocket. Running. Still running. Oh, my gosh, he's still running, and he'll go down to the 26-yard line. You just saw a scramble there. He's a bigger guy, but he's shifty. Wow, he can move.
Oh, yeah. He can run fast. He can throw fast. What else can you ask for?
And also, it is Harrison Creer's birthday today, turning the big 1-7. So hopefully he can have a good day today for some birthday for that birthday shout out right there. Let's hope he can get a. Let's hope he loves touchdowns as much as he loves poppy seed Costco muffins. I hear that's one of his favorites.
One of my favorites too, Nate.
All right, and here we go. Harrison will hand it off, and that looks like it'll get a couple yards. Tommy Poulton again with the carry, and that's a gain of 2. right, and now second and what looks to be 6 yards. Harrison is moving this offense down the field. This Riverton defense needs to step up. And like I've said before, they've got Nephi on that defense, that 345-pounder. He's got to put some stops on. And speaking of stops, Riverton will keep Olympus from gaining. They'll go about 1 yard. Polton again on the carry. So it looks like the second half will be full of new names. But let's hope that they can get a touchdown with these some of these newcomers.
You know, Nate, what a better birthday present, excuse me, than to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, that would be so great for Harrison to get a win on the big 1-7. So let's see what he can do. I don't know if putting him in was a little birthday gift or if they truly believe in this boy's talent, but let's see what he can do on this drive. Third and what looks to be 5 yards, and there's a lot of movement.
What happened there, Nate?
And that'll be a false start on the offense. We could see a lot of movement, and that will hurt Olympus. That'll be about 3rd and 10 now. Now it's going to be a must-pass situation. And but, you know, if they don't get this, you can always rely on Folger to kick the field goal. Coming from his soccer roots that we saw last week, he was practicing kicking field goals from midfield, and he was drilling them. They still had 20 yards to go.
Yeah, the kid has a leg on him, man. I mean, coming from his soccer background, I wouldn't expect anything less.
All right, now Harrison in the background. Polton to his left, and he'll get blitzed and dropped. Wow, this Riverton defense stepped up when they needed to, and now they're making it a game. Olympus only up by 14, and that will bring up special teams. Are they going to punt? Are they going to kick a field goal? But this offense looks like it's staying out on the field. But they might change that up really quickly. And, wow, it is. Harrison is calling formation. It is 4th and 17. If this converts, wow, this could be a miracle right here.
This could be.
All hopes and prayers go to this Olympus offense as it is 4th and 17. Triple shotgun formation here. He's got Hogan on his right, Polton on his left. And, it's the poocher by Creer. And, wow, what a punt that was. And it gives Olympus a friendly roll to pin Riverton to the 12-yard line. And I actually wasn't surprised by that. I forgot. They've had Harrison go in there and pooch a couple throughout the year. He's not a bad punter. In fact, I believe he's the backup to the starter Olympus punter. All right, and as Riverton gets things going, they really get things going.
Wow.
And they move the offense to the 30-yard line. Olympus has to have an answer. We were talking the first half. They said you can't undermine a team like this. I know they haven't won a game in 700 days, but these guys are moving down the field to start out the second half, and it isn't even the end of the third quarter. All right, now with the 31-yard line, Riverton will get things going in their blitz offense formation. And King will hand it straight up the middle, and that'll gain about a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Silver Wolves. Now, Harry, what do you think we should do on defense to help stop this, what seems to be very powerful Riverton offense to start out the second half?
You know, I think we need to get tight and not let them through, because their offense is a lot better than their defense, and I don't know.
And there's a violation on the Riverton offense, and that looks like it'll be, wow, a half. That's a 15-yard penalty on Riverton. Wow, that's got to hurt.
That's going to hurt them.
And now it looks like it is 1st and, wow, that looks about 1st and maybe 25 yards. And here we go, Riverton.
Oh, wow, here they go.
They're bouncing it out to the outside. Still moving, shedding tackles down to the 20-yard line.
Tristan Hymas, the ball carrier.
And Tristan Hymas there with the carry, the sophomore. He seems like he's been doing very well for the Silver Wolves tonight. King now ready to start this offense. Single back formation, and he hands it off. And Anderson with the carry, and he'll go for about another 4 yards, but that's still going to bring up a very long third down. And as we said, Riverton, their offense doesn't center around this deep throws. So let's see what they draw up for this very long third down. And King still has the ball. He's got all the time, and he'll throw a short pass.
Oh.
Terrible decision by the quarterback of the Silver Wolves, and that'll bring up fourth down. Great stop by the really good Olympus defense, and they'll bring out their special teams to punt. Back deep to receive will be Noel Lakiru. He looks small, but he is very shifty.
And very fast.
Yes, that's very right. One of the fastest players on the team, in fact. Sawyer Pierce looks like he's warming up on the sidelines, but we don't know if they're going to bring back Harrison for this next drive. And that looks like an Australian punt for that team. And Noel keeping stopped. And Riverton says they have the ball, but Noel didn't touch it. And there was a flag back where the ball was punted. And let's see what the referees call for this one. It could be roughing the kicker. But let's see what happens here.
From what you saw, Nate, do you think Noel touched it?
Seeing his back was turned to us here in the booth, it looked very close. And, we just don't have the technology to see that replay.
The
but
instant replay?
but, you just got to trust the ref's judgment. Gladly, these aren't Pac-12 refs, or else we'd all be toasted right now. But, if we're roughing the kicker, that gives Riverton a better field advantage. Again, no offense to the refs calling this game, but to the Pac-12 refs, they might need to step it up a little bit lately.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, and yes, that is roughing the kicker on Olympus, but Riverton will decline it, and it will be Olympus ball at what looks to be the Titan 26-yard line, it looks like, where they're going to mark it.
Penalty was running into the kicker.
And yes, Harrison coming back to lead the offense out. On senior night, they're bringing out the juniors, and they're ready to start the future of this Titan team. And Polton coming in late to hear the play Harrison has planned up for this offense. And on last drive, they looked like they were moving, but then they got totally stopped at a key part of the field. If they maybe gained a couple yards, they still were in field goal formation. But, when Harrison got sacked, that was a really big downer because that puts them out of field goal range, and they just had to pooch it. But let's see what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10 from the Olympus 25-yard line. Harrison will get the snap, and he'll hand it off. Polton dropped in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. This Riverton defense must have gotten quite a speech in the halftime locker room because these guys are stepping it up.
Yeah, they are coming out very strong from halftime. First half, they were not looking very good, but they are coming out strong.
Yeah, Olympus only got stopped one time. The rest of the time, they moved into the red zone, and they scored 3 out of the 4 times in there. But now this offense is stalling. I mean, especially now that you have those backups in, you can't blame them for not doing as well with a starting defense, but it's Riverton, so they should still be able to compete in this game. And here we go. Harrison getting the snap from the center, and it'll be a fake. And he's going to be looking for Noel on the curl. No. He finds his receiver, Marcus Perkins, again, and what looks to be close to first down yardage. Will look like he was looking for Noel on the deep bomb, and Perkins looks like he's
looks
limping,
like he's injured.
asking for a sub to come out. He's going immediately to the back of the team, trying to stretch out. Looks like he has a cramp in his right leg. And coming in late for him looks like James McDougall. And here we go. Polton in the back. Harrison information, and they're going to QB draw that, but there's a flag on the play. It looked like he'd be just short of the mark, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what they call. They'll call a false start on Olympus, and Riverton will accept that penalty. It'll now be 3rd and 7. And one of the Riverton defensive players looks to be down, and we're going to have to stop the clock here. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Olympus up 21-7. And the injured player jogging off the field, that looked to be Jordan Somerville, the senior from the defensive line. Jogging back over there. Let's hope he's okay. But we've got a football game to get back to, and Harrison's got to call a good play here because they're back in their own territory with a 3rd and 7 coming up, and they've got to convert this one. Riverton quickly shifting to their formation. Harrison in the shotgun, and he'll be pressured quick, and he throws it. And wow, breaking all sorts of tackles to gain a first down is Nick Ward, the other junior. Wow.
Haven't heard his name much this game, but he is definitely making an impression.
Yes, he has played before, but yeah, we haven't heard that much of his name. But wow, he shed a lot of tackles on that last play. It looked like that was going to be going for a sack or going for very little gain, but he made a lot out of nothing. And 1st and 10 now from the Olympus 35-yard line. Harrison moving Polton now into the wide receiver formation. Excuse me, the slot receiver formation. Harrison now in shotgun. And he'll get the snap. Looking, and he'll fire. Wow. Will look to be all sorts of interference. No flag. Riverton saying they intercepted that, but the refs will call it incomplete. That looked like a pass interference to me on the defense. They looked like they were all over that receiver, but I guess we do have some Pac-12 ref ruling here. 2nd and 10 now, and from the 35.
2nd down 10 on the Olympus 35-yard line.
All right, Harrison in shotgun formation. He's looking and immediately pressured again, runs out of pressure, and he'll throw, and it is caught again by Nick Ward for a gain of 5. And these two look like they're really connecting out on the field.
Yeah, Nick Ward and Harrison, they really play well together.
And I mean, like we're saying, you have a lot of returnees for next year. And so right now you're getting a taste of the 2017 season for next year. All right, and 1 minute counting down to end the third quarter. Harrison is coming out, and he'll hand it off to Polton, and Polton will not get anywhere. Barely back to the line of scrimmage.
And coming into the end of the third quarter, we have Olympus 21, Riverton 7.
36 seconds down and counting. Let's see if they can get the punt off in time. And Harrison looks like he's going to be the punter. Like I said, he's the backup. Wow, let's see if he can turn this pooch into a punt. Wow. All right, here we go. And colleges, if you're watching this game, you're seeing an athlete right here. And here we go, the leg. That's a low ball, and wow, but what a kick. Oh, wow, and it stays in bounds. And it'll go to the 22-yard line. What looked like it would be a shank for a regular punter turned into a great punt for a backup quarterback. Wow.
And happy birthday, Harrison.
Happy birthday, Harrison, indeed. Wow, what a punt by the backup quarterback. Put some candles on that birthday cake for that boy. All right, here we go. 5.3 left for the Riverton offense. They've got one play left to end this third quarter. Let's hope they can do something that won't put them in more trouble. They've cut this lead to 14, but let's hope that they can't cut it to anything less. Back in the blitz formation, King will hand it off, and it'll go straight up the gut. No, yes, it will go straight up the gut. Man, these guys are tricking me out today. I don't know who has the ball. And that will do it for the third quarter. Olympus 21, Riverton 7. We'll be back when the fourth quarter begins on OlyTV.com. All right, and we're back for the fourth quarter. And to start the fourth quarter, it looks like it'll be a offsides on Olympus to start off the fourth quarter, which will put Riverton up another 5 yards. Second, and what looks to be maybe 2-3 yards coming up for the Silver Wolves.
5-yard penalty, illegal procedure.
Now, remember, this is the backup defense,
Offside penalty.
so hopefully they can get some things done. King on the first actual bomb of the night, and it is incomplete. He was trying to go full OBJ mode down on that sideline, but he couldn't pull in the one-handed grab. Those gloves just didn't have enough glue on them, and looks like it'll be third down for the Silver Wolves. And wow, hurry up formation. These guys want to get scoring and scoring quick.
Second down, 3.
King looking for an audible for the offense, and he'll recall the play. King gets the snap, and he will hand it off to number 7, who will move it and spin his way down for a first down. Cole Anderson on the carry, and that will move this Riverton offense to the 43-yard line. This has not been looking like a great second half for this Titan defense. King again to receive the snap, and he'll go straight up the gut again, and these guys are just carrying the defensive line with them. A gain of, wow, these refs are going to be generous. They'll give him another extra yard on that side, down to about the 49-yard line. Will become 2nd and 3 now for the Silver Wolves. Now, Riverton is trying to hurry up. I don't know if they don't think they have enough time. There's plenty of time, 11.5 minutes. But these guys are moving. King still has the ball, shifting around, and he'll be dropped back in the backfield by what looks to be Ephraim Falatoy, the Samoan. Wow, what a sack by Ephraim in the back. But there is a flag on the play, and it will go against Olympus. That's gotta hurt. And wow, they are moving the ball down. This defense is definitely not helping them win this game right now, as now it is 1st and 10 from the Olympus 42-yard line. I don't know what Whitehead's thinking putting in the backups right now in the second half.
Yeah, I feel like we could definitely do better.
All right, now King on another throw, and it is a beautiful dime to the outside, and it will be caught for a gain of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up for Riverton. Now they're starting something new. We said they're a blitz-heavy offense. They're going to run. They're going to try and bounce the outside up the middle. But King is throwing throws now. He's throwing bullet passes. We saw him try a long bomb earlier. So let's see what happens this time. King will be dropped immediately as the play starts. And that will become 3rd down for Riverton. That was going nowhere. Daniel Jacobson gets dropped. Right now with 10.5 minutes left in the game, Riverton trying to score and score quickly. And here we go. Riverton will hand it off. And there goes Anderson. And he'll be close, but it looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. Riverton has to go for this if they want to stay in this ball game, and it looks like they will. We got some late subs for the offense, but this defense, this needs to be a stop right here if you want to keep control of this game. If not, this Riverton team is moving down, and it looks like they're poised to score. King now getting the snap, and it will be a fullback handoff at what looks to be, they'll give him just enough forward progress to get a first down for Riverton. Wow. How surprised are you that Riverton is moving down the field as well as they have in the second half?
You know, I want to say I'm surprised, but with our secondary defense out there, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, especially with these backups, you know, you have a lot of inexperience, but, you know, you at one point you're going to have to stop. I mean, you're still playing high school football out there. And speaking of high school football, Riverton moving down the field yet again for a gain of what looks to be 6 yards. And this Riverton team on the sideline is getting pumped up. While over here, Olympus looks cold, and the student section looks chilly. Wow.
Yeah, we're looking at a good 43 degrees here in Holiday, Utah. Very
Clear
chilly.
skies. It seemed like there was a little bit of a breeze earlier. And You know, maybe with some wind chill, maybe 5 degrees, a little bit cooler, but this is looking good for Riverton right now. Wow. Again, I don't think I would be saying Riverton is doing good right now in a football game. But
Yeah.
with about 8:50 left, these guys are moving right down the field. 3rd and 1 now. King looking for a pass. He's going for a fade. Long bomb, and it is.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
That was in his hands, and then the coverage totally just blew it out of his hands. And that looks like Bryce Hatch was the defensive back on that play. That was a great play by Hatch to break that out of his hands. That was a beautiful throw by King, which we haven't seen that much of tonight. And they were going for the touchdown on that play, but they just couldn't get it. That'll bring up 4th down and 1. Another crucial 4th down conversion here for the Silver Wolves. And it's going to be a pitch, and the refs will whistle. And it looks like a timeout will be called by Whitehead and Olympus. We'll be back after the timeout has ended. All right, and the timeout has just ended. Riverton is back on the field and ready to go for this 4th down. The QB draw works, and it is another 4th down conversion for the Silver Wolves. This defense needs to step it up if they want to get back and keep control of this game. But this Riverton offense is moving. Wow. And here we go. They'll huddle up. King has to call some good plays here with 8:30 left in the game. Olympus not showing a very strong second half. And here we go. King, formation. He'll hand the fullback the ball for a gain of about 1 yard. And Riverton's got to hurry it up if they want to get another 2 scores in here in the near future. All right, 2nd and 10, what looks to be for King in this Silver Wolves offense.
No gain of the ball. Second down 10 on the tight 20.
This defense has to step it up, and here we go. King looking for another fade, long bomb, and it is.
Oh.
Stone, the intended receiver.
They say it's caught at the 1, maybe not, but there is a flag on the play. And, of course, the flag will go against Olympus. This has not looked good at all for this defense. Harry, what do you have to say about that?
You know, I don't think that they're looking good. Olympus has definitely not been doing as well in the second half as they were in the first half. But
And King hands it off to Anderson down at the 2-yard line. Yeah, Olympus is just not showing up on defense tonight, especially putting those backups in for the second half. These guys aren't looking as strong as they should.
But, you know, I think Olympus is definitely relaxing a little bit. I mean, we are up by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
That definitely doesn't put them in the safe zone, though. Safe zone, though, as Riverton dives towards the end zone and scores. Touchdown, Riverton. And what looks to be like Daniel Jacobson got the touchdown for the Silver Wolves, which puts them down just a score. There is plenty of time left in this game. They are now only down by 1 score. Olympus has to answer on this next drive. What most likely will be Harrison Creer operating the offense. They have to be able to do well. Again, they're going to try and fake them with the 2-point. Now they'll bring in the special teams to attempt the PAT. And, you know, this doesn't look like the usual Riverton that we're used to. I mean, these guys are usually getting blown out of the water, but they're staying in with Olympus at Olympus. And if they get this win today, let me just say I will be very impressed, as well as everyone else in the state. And the PAT is up and good. And that will put Riverton down by 7 against Olympus with 7 minutes left in the game. Coming up next is Olympus's answer to that Riverton drive. Coming up next on OlyTV.com.
Riverton's scoring drive consisted of 17 plays, consumed 5 minutes, 49 seconds, and covered 75 yards.
I love Jono, but anyway, we're going to Cafe Rio after the game. That sounds so good, yeah. You guys want to come? It's gonna be so good. Port.
And Riverton now kicking what will most likely be an onside kick, but who knows? You have 7 minutes left in the game, plenty of time. And Riverton will, yes, onside kick it, and Olympus will get it back. They'll get it at the 49-yard line, but they have to answer. Let's see
The onside kick
what Harrison can do with this offense.
Olympus, number 18, Riley Vance. Covering the kickoff.
Ben Bywater wanting to get in some of the action, but no, they're keeping the second team on. And here we go. 7 minutes left. Olympus up by 1 touchdown. They have to answer. With a field goal would help them. A touchdown would really help them. Maybe secure this game. Put the Riverton out of the water, but you have to score something on this drive. Harrison in shotgun. He'll motion Noel to his left. They'll hand it off to Noel. Noel will bounce out, and he's going to go nowhere. No, he's shifting back, and yes, he is going to be dropped down very deep and back in their own part of the field by that Silver Wolves defense. And wow, this just isn't looking good for their offense either.
Loss of 11 yards.
You know, the players on the sidelines are looking very cold right now in this 43-degree weather.
Yes,
They-
and now that will back Olympus up another 12 yards. Harrison, a low snap. Oh, and that's another incomplete pass. These guys are not looking good at all. And with 6.5 minutes left, you can't make mistakes. You're only up by a touchdown now, and now they have to get back in this. They have to keep control of this game. Riverton, their crowd is getting into it. Look, they literally have a student section now.
Wow.
We can see what looks to be about 15 students on the opposite side of the field, and they're getting pumped up over there.
Third down.
Man, 15 students.
On the Olympus 38.
You can hear them all the way
Quiet.
from over here, but this student section for Olympus is dead quiet. We can't hear a thing. Harrison now getting the shotgun snap, and whistles blow, flags fly, and of course a false start on the Olympus offense. These guys have gotten so many penalties against them this half that they are just shooting themselves in the foot. These guys have to be able to get this done.
Nate, if you were Coach Whitehead, what would you do?
Obviously, it's very tough to call a play that can work on a third and what looks to be about maybe 27 yards.
Third down, 26.
But, you know, you have to go for the long bomb. But if you go for the short pass, you have to make something out of nothing. And it looks like they're going to be throwing deep because Harrison in shotgun formation with Polton to his left. And he'll be throwing, and it's on a post route, but there are flags fly, and it looks like it could be a pass interference on Riverton. Referees will come together and try to make an assumption of what will happen here. And yes, it will be against Riverton, and it will be a 15-yard penalty. Excuse me, that'll be a 10-yard penalty
10 yards.
on Riverton. Excuse me, and that'll bring up what looks to be about third and maybe 16 yards. Now, this is a different play call. You've actually gained 10 yards. You can call something that can work for this. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. This game has become close. Olympus, student section, rising to its feet, throwing down some chants, ready for this Olympus team to convert this third down. And here we go. Harrison gets the shotgun snap. Pressure coming from the Riverton defense, and he'll just throw it away. But is it caught? It's caught. Wow, what a diving reception by what looks to be Jake Hodgson on the grab. Now, are you going to go for it? And it looks like they won't because the special teams is coming up here. But the clock is ticking down. Riverton has plenty of time to go down and tie this game up. Harrison looks like he'll be the punter again, but it looks like he's getting a call from Coach Whitehead. Maybe they're going to try and fake this one. We don't know. We'll find out. It looks like it'll be about 4th and 5 for the Titan offense, and let's see if they booch this one deep. Harrison had a good punt before, and oh, it just goes right past Harrison's head. He didn't see if the play was going on, and wow, Riverton has really good field position. These guys look like they might have switched teams or something because Olympus is not looking good at all. Harrison wasn't ready for the snap. It went right past his head, and he couldn't find the ball for another 10 seconds. And Riverton starts the drive at the Olympus 25-yard line. What a terrible way to end that answer to the Riverton score the last drive. And these guys are rolling. These guys could tie with Olympus with 5.5 minutes left. These guys haven't won a game in 2 years.
They really
Their
could.
first could come tonight. And here we go. King leading his offense out. And he'll hand it off to the outside. Bouncing back, in and out, carrying the defense for what looks to be another 7 yards. Caden Triplett there with the carry. And the defense really needs to step up. But after that, they look like they're rolling. 5 minutes now left in the game. And this is going to be close. King now will take the snap.
Nate, in your opinion, could this be anybody's game at this point?
It really can be. And speaking of anybody's game, King will throw a deep pass, and it is caught. Touchdown, Riverton. Wow, we thought there wasn't going to be anything close in this game, but wow, what a catch by Driscoll Stone, the senior wide receiver. And there's a flag after that play. Let's see what the refs call. They will call a touchdown, but there will be a penalty on Olympus. Wow. We haven't seen King convert a deep pass, but he got it on that one. And that would just kill this Olympus team. They were up 21-0, and now they have answered. And wow, that looked like they were actually going to go for 2 for maybe the win. But now they'll bring in the PAT to tie the game. 4:53 left in the fourth quarter. It's going to come down to these final minutes. Can Olympus convert and squeak past this winless Riverton team? This is a really surprising game for us. All right, the snap is good, the kick is high, away, and it is good. PAT is up and good, and that will tie this game up. 21-all at this point, 4:53 left in the fourth quarter. The Riverton side of the stands is just blowing up. They might get their first win in over 700 days. Wow. If you were a team like that, what would a win like this feel to you?
You know, especially against Olympus, who is undefeated, I feel like this would be a great opportunity for them to take a win.
Olympus does have one loss, though, to Davis.
Oh, yeah, I did forget
But
about
we
that.
are undefeated in league play. Olympus is also ranked 12th in the state, 1,048 nationally, speaking of the thousands and thousands of schools, so that's pretty decent. So let's hope. They need a score here. A touchdown would really do these guys some good, but in the second half, these guys have had no answer to this Riverton team. The sideline is pumped up on Riverton, but Olympus, these guys need to get going. And Olympus is an onside formation, and here we go. But Riverton will kick it deep, and Noel will catch it at the 3-yard line. He'll bounce it out, maybe take a quick jog to the 10, 15, cutting it back, running in circles, still going, and he'll still cut it upfield. He's still in bounds and makes it to what looks to be the 24-yard line. He's trying to make something out of nothing, cutting back in and forth, but they have pretty decent starting field position at the 24-yard line. Harrison getting the call, and these guys need to score to keep their hopes alive to secure this win. And this would not look very good on the resume if they lost to Riverton.
No, definitely not, especially with not winning in 2 years.
And especially at home. It's a senior night. This is a very emotional game for half these players, and they need to get this win. It would be really special to these guys, especially it's Harrison Creer's birthday. I mean,
Yeah.
got to give him that gift of a W tonight, and hopefully they can get it done. All right, 1st and 10, and the Riverton defense has stepped up. The defensive line especially has stopped the run game and been able to get to Harrison Creer very quickly. Creer now will get the pass, and he'll hand it off. And, wow, they'll be stopped again for a 5-yard loss.
You know, Nate, from the start of this game, could you ever see this out of the Riverton defense?
I did not expect this at all, especially after the first half. Olympus rarely being stopped. This Riverton team is stopping them very well. Polton loses 5 yards on the first grab. There's 4 minutes left in this game. That's plenty of time for this Riverton to come back and answer. They could beat Olympus. Wow, this is just unbelievable tonight. Creer in shotgun formation. Polton to his right. He'll get the low snap. Looking, still looking. He'll fire out there, and it is caught. Moving around and bouncing. Ooh, he'll take a hard hit at the 26-yard line. That's Cole Benny on the reception, and that will make the 3rd down a little bit more manageable for the Titan offense. That'll look like it's about 3rd and 7 now, and they really have to convert this. Now there's 3:39 left. If they can't convert this, the clock is really in Riverton's favor now. They have plenty of time. They have 3 timeouts. They can move right down, get the field goal for the win, but not to get too far ahead of myself, Olympus has to get the conversion right here. Harrison calling out the shots on the defense as he calls out for the offense. Shotgun formation. He'll get another low snap. He'll pick it up from the ground. Harrison throwing the bullet. It's caught, and he'll dive forward, and that looks like it will be enough for the 1st down. Harrison made something out of nothing from that snap. It literally went on the ground for like a second, and then he picked it up and made it. As I said before, when you see Harrison play, he throws a bullet pass.
Yes, his arm is very quick at those throws.
And, you know, we've seen him on the long bombs, but right now these quick passes seem to be working for Olympus. Sawyer Pierce seemed to be working well for him as well. And so here we go. Harrison Creer in shotgun formation with 2:55 left in the game. They need to score here. And here we go. Harrison being pressured, moving around, still moving, and he'll throw. It's caught again by Benny. Benny moving down to the 41-yard line. And there we go. To some of the people in the student section watching, I guess we have some more shout-outs to give. Savannah Taggy in the student section is actually watching tonight, so shout-out to that. And here we go, back to the actual game. 2:28 left. 2nd down. It looks to be 4 yards for this Olympus team. Let's hope that they can secure a win tonight against maybe one of the worst teams in the state. All right, now Harrison Creer in shotgun formation. Polton to his right. He'll take the snap, and he's looking. It's a long bomb and way over the head of what looks to be Marcus Perkins. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Another crucial down for Olympus. 2 minutes left in the game, and this is a nail-biter. Could this go to overtime? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We're seeing right now, this is an exciting game. Anyone who is watching, tell your friends to tune on OlyTV.com because this is an exciting game you're going to want to finish.
Also, do us a favor and follow OlyTV on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter.
And, oh! Harrison had a beautiful dime to what looked to be Polton at 1st down yardage, and it is dropped. 2 minutes left in this 4th quarter, and the Olympus defense, which has not been good, now has to step up. Harrison, the backup punter again, ready to go. They can't botch it like they did last time. They have to pin this Riverton offense deep. 2 minutes left. This is the 2-minute drill teams work on all year. You have to get it down. You have 3 timeouts. This is perfect for Riverton, and what a pooch by Harrison Creer. It's caught at the 25, and wow, he'll be sacked down immediately. And what looked to be tackling him was Christian Condon and Ryder Vance. So now this backup defense has to prove itself. They haven't been very good the second half because the backups are coming in. They're trying to get some playing time. But you have to step up, especially in this type of situation. You have 2 minutes left. Riverton, whose offense has looked very well the second half, they have 3 timeouts. You have to make this game back in your favor. The momentum has definitely swung in the Silver Wolves' favor. King will get the snap. He'll hand it out to the outside, and his running back will bounce it out and gain for about 3 yards. And the clock is still running. They're going to have to hurry this offense. 2nd and 7. And here we go. They have to hurry. It's 1:43 left, and they still have to move what looks to be about 70 yards to the end zone, maybe about 40 yards to get in field goal formation. And there is the run, which keeps on moving. The refs, wow, giving a generous yard. Whoa, it's still going. And they'll move him down to the 39-yard line. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter.
You know, Riverton's really picked up their game from the beginning of this game.
All right, now, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. 1:25 and counting down. This clock is moving fast. King now gets the snap. He's looking, and he fires, and it is... They'll say it's caught for a gain of 5 yards. Clock still rolls. It didn't go out of bounds. It was caught. 1:10 and counting down. This team is moving down the field just like they have in the usual second half. The student section getting a little bit antsy. And so does this defense, looks pretty a little antsy. King now with the pass, and it'll throw. Oh, and it is dropped. A wide open man at the Olympus 48-yard line drops it, and that looks to be Cage Roberts who dropped that pass. So hopefully Olympus can step up and stop these guys. It is 3rd down and what looks to be about 4.5 yards. All right, now King will get the snap, and he will hand it off to his fullback. No, he'll fake it, and it is a wide open guy at the 42-yard line of Olympus. 50 seconds left. These guys are moving. We haven't heard much from their kicker today from deep yardage, but, you know, maybe he's good and they can get this winning field goal, but Olympus defense has to step up. These guys are not looking good. As you can tell, the crowd getting frustrated with their home team, you know, being up against a team like this, 21-0, and then letting them come back in the second half. This game has to put you at the edge of your seat. All right, now, since that play went out of bounds, the clock stops. And with 50.2 and 1st and 10, King will take the snap, and he will give it to his fullback, who has plenty of yards, and he will score. Touchdown, Riverton. Would you believe it?
Can you believe this, Nate?
Riverton just scored a touchdown, and they are beating Olympus, a team that has not won in 2 years. Wow, this just came back to bite this team right in the back. Wow.
With 42 seconds left, I don't think Olympus can do much.
They have had plenty of time to keep this Riverton team on their tails, and what a comeback by the Silver Wolves team. And what I said before the game, I was totally wrong about. I said this would be a blowout.
Me as well.
And how wrong could I be? Wow.
Me as well, Nate.
I guess I'm better at math than predictions. Sheesh.
You know, Nate, at the beginning of this game, we did say, though, that anything is possible, and indeed, anything is
yes,
possible.
We did say high school football brings many possibilities, and there's the PAT for Riverton, and that opposite crowd is fired up. Now, if you're Whitehead, do you put in your starting lineup? Like you said, this game doesn't really, you know, count for the playoffs, but, you know, that's got to be pretty tough to lose to a team that hasn't won in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that it's just going to be a hard hit for the coaches of Olympus and even the players, especially with this being senior night. I just don't know what to say.
They have to score. 42.1 seconds left. You have 2 timeouts. You have to get a touchdown to tie the game, to take it to overtime with Riverton. Wow. And back in the backfield looks like Noah Lakiru and Tyler Smith to receive deep.
Nate, if you're Whitehead, what do you do?
You know, you really want to stay. I don't know what his plan is, if he thinks this game doesn't count, but this has got to be really bad for the emotion. It's senior night. You really want to get a win for your players. 42.1 seconds left. I've got to say, you just got to move down the field in any way possible. And Tyler Smith, it will go right over his head. He touched it, and he has to take it out. 5, and he'll bounce it out. 10, Still going, cuts it back, and he'll be down. Ooh, at the 15-yard line. That means they have an 80.
There is a flag on the field.
Oh, there is a flag on the field. But if they're stopped right there, that's an 85-yard field they have to go get a touchdown on with only 35.6 seconds left.
Nate, do you think it's safe to say that Riverton might have this in the bag?
You know, you can never say if anyone has this in the bag. I said Olympus had this in the bag after they scored their third touchdown to end the half.
That is true, Nate.
But, oh, now it's a hold against Olympus. And, yes, he's bringing in the starting offense. Sawyer Pierce will now bring the Olympus offense out. And they're going to have to go what looks to be 94 yards in 35.6 seconds.
Sawyer is good at those long bombs, though.
If you've ever hoped in miracles, in prayers, this is your time. Get on your knees because Olympus is going to need all the help they can get. 96 yards to score a touchdown. Olympus student section is hoping for a miracle. This team needs something to get their hopes up. All right, now Sawyer Pierce in the back, shotgun formation. And here we go. They're going to have to go deep on this play. Pierce looking. With all the time in the world, he'll be pressured.
Oh, no.
Almost brought down in the end zone. Still looking, and he'll fake it. Bouncing it out, and he'll go to the 18-yard line, but that wasted 8 seconds off the clock. This is going to be tough. 27.6 seconds left in the game. That gives them a first down, but they still have a 79-yard field ahead of them. This is going to be tough.
Nate, if you're Sawyer Pierce, what do you do?
Obviously, he was trying to look for the long bomb. He couldn't find it, but you have to make something out of nothing. You can't get sacked. You can't have dropped passes. You have to make every opportunity count in this situation, and it looks like so far in that play he did. But, you know, with this time left, you're going to have to work up, and this Olympus crowd is getting hyped up. They need a touchdown right here, and let's see what happens. Pierce in the backfield. He'll take the shotgun snap. Looking, firing, and it is wide open. And that looks like Noel. He'll cut it back in the inside. And that looks like Nick Ward will gain about 12 yards. And 19.1 seconds left now after a gain of 12.
The Olympus student section is on their feet, hoping for a win.
If they get a miracle right here, you probably will hear this one at home, guys. Your computer will shake, wherever you're watching this on. If we get a touchdown, this will be monumental for this team. Not monumental as a victory because it's Riverton, but as the type of win that they might get. All right, since Nick Ward came back and bounced to try and gain more yards, Olympus called a timeout with 19.1 seconds left. And if you guys can remember from what seemed to be about 3 or 4 years ago, Olympus scored on a hook and ladder play, which is, most of you may not know, they pass for a long pass, and they keep pitching it back to keep the play alive, and they won the game on that play. But if they're going to try and put that play down, it has to tie the game. As you can see, they're down a touchdown to the Silver Wolves, but they're going to have to come back and tie this game up to take it to overtime with only 19.1 seconds left, and what looks to be about a 67-yard field ahead of them. This Olympus crowd showing some hope in this team. Let's see what can happen. 3 receivers to Pierce's right. And here we go. Pierce, he'll get the shotgun snap. He's going to be looking. He's going to be pressured. Still looking, and he's going to throw it. It's a long bomb, and it is intercepted. And that will do it, folks. There's no way Olympus can come back from this. Riverton will beat Olympus and will win their first game in over 2 years. If you were a Riverton Silver Wolf right now, you would be on your feet jumping for joy. Open up the confetti. Wow.
You know, Nate, if you're Riverton right now, what are you thinking?
You know, this is absolutely just great for this team. You just beat the number 12 team in the state at their place. That's got to be very hard for this Olympus team, especially on senior night, your final home game for the regular season. And now they're just wasting time. It's got to be hard for you as Olympus to lose to a team like that.
Yeah, definitely. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to this broadcast.
What we thought wouldn't be an exciting game turned out to be an exciting game, but just not in the home team's favor. for those Olympus fans, we have hope. Riverton, this was just their this is their last game. You got to feel good for these guys. I mean, a win after 2 years, it's your last game because they're definitely not going to make the playoffs. But for Olympus, your season's not over. You still got the playoffs to go to. There's something else you got to put in your mind. You guys have games that actually now really matter. These next games put your team one step closer to the state championship up at Rice Eccles Stadium. And it's got to be hard for you to lose a game like this, but losses come sometimes. And for tonight on senior night, that's just a tough one to come by.
Yeah, but you got to give it to Riverton. First win in 2 years, pretty impressive.
And King will kneel it, and the clock is done. Olympus falls to the Riverton Silver Wolves with a final score of 28-21. Riverton answers with 28 points unanswered, and what a hard loss for the Titans. We'll hope you can tune in for the playoffs, which will be an exciting couple games for Olympus. Hopefully they can make it to the national championship for 4A. But the hard part is you got to play some tough teams now. This was Riverton, and you lost. But, of course, you put in your backups for most of the second half. Harry, excuse me, I'm thinking of Harrison Creer. What do you feel was the final what do you feel like Olympus needed to do better to get that win tonight?
I think putting in our second string of defense really hurt us. I don't know about you, but I feel like we could have done better.
Yeah, of course. Especially with that Riverton, a blitz-heavy offense, these guys kept rolling, they kept moving, and that's got to be very tough for this team. So thank you for tuning in today at Mark H. Manning Stadium with a final score of Riverton 28, Olympus 21. I'm Nathan Thatcher.
And I'm Harry Reed.
And thank you for tuning in to OlyTV.com. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night.